and welcome back to some rhythm guitar playing. Now, if you didn't see the first video, I would really suggest checking that out. I talked about adding more rhythm to your playing, and this one is just a follow-on talking about the offbeat. So, if you don't know what an offbeat is, it's really simple. We talked about adding in more. That was what happened in the first video. And for example, if I take the progression G to D to A, and I place 2 beats on G, 2 beats on D, and 4 on A, it will sound like this. Okay, now if I'm going to add more to that, all I do is I add an up strum in between each down strum like this. Okay, so to understand the concept of the offbeat, all we're going to do is we're going to not do a down strum, but we're going to touch the guitar when we would ordinarily do a down strum. So it will look like this. Okay, I'll do that one more time so you can play along with me. Okay, so that's quite extreme, doing an offbeat on every single beat of the bar, but you can hear that that's what an offbeat sounds like. It's used in a lot of different styles of music, but reggae is one that is quite useful for offbeat. So now, previously I talked about labeling parts of the bar. If there were 4 beats, I said beginning, middle 1, middle 2, and end. Well, for G and for D, there's only 2 beats for those. So we're going to call it beginning and end. So G has beginning and end. D has beginning and end. But A has beginning, middle 1, middle 2, and end. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get used to the feeling of putting an offbeat in, but instead of touching the guitar to create the offbeat, we're going to do exactly what we did before, but this time ghost strum. We're going to fake strum and then play the upbeat, which is the added more rhythm going on. So it will look like this. Do that one more time so you can play along with that. Okay, so the same way that we talked about adding more into the previous lesson, this one we're going to add the offbeat into various points of the bar, or the various chords that we're playing. So for example, I am going to add the offbeat to the end of every chord. So it will sound like this. Got it? Okay, this time I'm going to add the offbeat to the end of G, the end of D, and middle 2 of A. So it's going to sound like this. Okay, so this time let's add the offbeat to the end of G. We're not going to add an offbeat at all to D, and we're going to add the offbeat to the beginning of A. Okay, so it's going to sound like this. Okay, so you're getting the concept here. You're basically ghost strumming, so you're missing the beat. So essentially an offbeat is the absence of beat with the presence of more. So the presence of the and beat, or the offbeat. Okay, so this time I'm basically just going to randomly place this offbeat feel in different parts. In fact, before we do that, let's add a double offbeat. So this time we're going to do no offbeats for the G, no offbeats for the D, but when we get to the A, we're going to add the offbeat on middle 2 and the end. So it'll sound like this. Okay, I'll do that one more time. Okay, so I mentioned it before. This time what we're going to do is just completely randomly add offbeats in whenever we feel like it, and yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so hopefully you've got this concept of the offbeat. It's used in, say, lots of different styles of music. Some of them have a faster offbeat, which we'll come on to later. But you know, reggae uses a standard quaver offbeat, which is, you know, what I've been talking about, more rhythms. So play around with this. This progression was G, D, and A, but you can try any chord combination you want, and throwing in offbeats into those various points of the bar. Remember that I've relabeled, so for example, instead of 4 beats, there's now 2 per chord, so I've relabeled them beginning and end. It's very simple to think of it as the beginning strum and the end strum, rather than, right, I'm now, which beat am I on? I'm on beat, what am I through? You know, it gets confusing. So if you just think, well, this is the beginning strum and that's the end strum, and then I'm going to throw an offbeat here, or I'm just going to throw a little bit more onto it. So play around with these ideas, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you very soon where we can discuss more rhythm ideas. And yeah, thank you.